Tonight's episode of To Tell the Truth. Tonight we have a very special episode for you. For our celebrity panel of judges, we reunited the original cast of American Idol. So please join me in welcoming Randy Jackson.
Yeah! What up, dogs?
Simon Cowell.
Good evening.
And the ever-lovely Paula Abdul. Paula, nice to see you made it through rehab. Randy, nice to see that jewelry made it through the metal detector. And Simon, let's see if you can make it through a night without having one of our hosts cry.
Actually, fat cats.
Okay, you know the rules. Your questioning will reveal who is the real guest and who are the two imposters. So let's meet our guests. Mr. Guest, please introduce yourselves.
I am Ellis Williams.
I am Ellis Williams.
I am Ellis Williams.
Okay, judges have been given a dossier on our special guest tonight. You know that he's been experienced in church, the music, religion, and sports. So, the lovely Paula Abdul, please open our question.
Well, thank you, Lee. I also understand that our Mr. Guest served in the Army. So, gentlemen, I would like to know what was the bravest thing you ever did while serving in the Army?
Once, before the first Persian Gulf War, I snuck behind enemy lines and exchanged Saddam Hussein's Grecian formula with itching powder.
Brave. And number two?
Well, Paul, I once saved an entire squadron of nurses from certain attack.
Really? How did you do that?
Well, you see, President Clinton was visiting our base, and I redirected his motorcade over to where the men were.
Well, I'm a man who sticks up for his women. Not like some other men I know around here. And number three, what was your bravest act?
Well, Paula, I remember once when we were marching in a parade in Truckee, California, and it was about 10 degrees outside. My trombone slide hardly worked, and then my mouthpiece froze to my lips, but I soldiered on.
Okay, thank you, Randy.
Yeah, listen up, y'all. I understand you're heavily involved in the church. I am too. Why don't you tell me something that proves you're involved in church, dog?
If you're going to make a $10 donation, always bring 2 5s.
Why's that?
The second collection.
The Catholic. Number 2.
Randy, perhaps this will help. B7. N33. O67.
Bingo, another Catholic. Number 3.
Well, as Paul wrote in his famous letter to the Corinthians.
I ain't talking about no post office. I'm talking about church. I've heard enough.
Okay, thank you, Simon.
Well, I'll start with number 3. I've heard you've been heavily involved in baseball in the time. And in fact, you were a referee at one time?
No, Simon, that's an umpire.
So what? So what? It's a girls' game anyway. Can you describe to me then what the infield fly rule is?
Well, in our girls' game, the infield fly rule is when 2 men or more are on base.
He really goes on, doesn't he?
There are less than 2 outs.
I've heard enough, thank you.
No, really.
No, my. Number 1, can I have a sensible answer, please?
That's easy. If you're playing softball and averaging 1 beer an inning, someone's got to remind everyone after each nature break to check their fly.
Right.
Because when sliding into home, that could be a real game changer.
I can see that point. Number 2.
Well, you see, the infield fly rule really pays attention to, when you're in the infield, you should not be distracted by the flies and the bugs and things like that, because, the batter could hit a line drive and hit you square right in the head.
I assume that's happened a few times to you.
5 out of my last 4 concussions have been caused by that very thing.
Thank you, number 2.
Okay, thank you, judges, and thank you for your very good questioning. So if you could please humble down, we're going to do it in the spirit of American Idol. and we're going to eliminate our first contestant. Okay, have you reached a decision?
Well, we think number 3 is totally an imposter.
That dog don't know his
Okay, number 3, sorry. Okay, please huddle and let's remove our next contestant.
Well, Nick, since you said that this was going to be a little different tonight, we'd like to take a lifeline.
I think we're in the wrong show.
Yeah, so why don't we get his wife up here?
Okay, that's highly unusual. Lisa Williams, are you here this evening? Oh, could you help them out, please? Please select the real Ellis Williams.
I'm going to go for the upgrade.